Having a weekly check-in with yourself can be one of the things that will save your life and save you from the chaos going on inside your own head. What's up guys, I'm Lewi Gault. I make videos to help realtors scale their business using systems, processes, and time management. If you haven't been here before, you can check it out, subscribe if you find all this stuff useful. Now, what we're talking about this video is a weekly check-in. Some people call it a war room, where we sit down at the end of the week, we lay everything out, and then we look at it, assess it, and then plan for war for the next week. Now, that might be a bit of a crazy term to hear, but if you really think about it, you're fighting a battle within yourself. You're not going to war with anyone else. It's really with yourself. Have you been optimal this week? Have you really excelled in what you're trying to do and what you're trying to achieve? We're going to be ruthlessly honest with ourselves inside of this check-in. A lot of people don't do this. So if you do implement this, it will truly put you a step above 99% of your competition, because everyone just floats through real estate just day by day by day, deal by deal by deal, just getting through. If you have a weekly scheduled check-in with yourself to really assess how the week went, it will change things. So let's look at some of these questions here. Here's what I do. You can make your own version of this. But really what I start with, and you can do this in anything, you can write it down, pen and paper, kind of feels nice sometimes to do. I log it, I write it in notes on my iPad, just so it saves in there, so I can look back and track it and kind of see where I've come from and where I'm at right now. So the first thing I do is I do 4 highlights. So 4 things that were awesome this week that happened. And it doesn't have to just be your business. This can be family stuff, this can be, workout stuff, weight loss, whatever that is for you. Just 4 things that happened which were awesome this week, okay? So you would write those 4 down. Great start. Next, we're going to write things that weren't so good. We're going to call them works in progress. So 4 works in progress. These could be, again, business, family, whatever it might be, things that were just like, man, I either didn't hit the mark on this, or that was something that I was disappointed in, or that was something that really annoyed me or frustrated me. And sometimes for me, that's like things with my kids, right? Like, my kid did this, I reacted this way, I need to be better about it. So could be anything, but 4 highlights and then 4 works in progress. That's the way I start my weekly check-in out. Okay, then we're going to dive into the 4 pillars, what I like to call it. Now, I got this from the Wake Up Warrior program. So I look at body, being, balance, and business, right? All 4 of those things make up who I am, okay? So body, obviously, is your health and fitness. Being is like spirituality, meditation, whatever that looks like for you. Balance is friends and family. And then business is obviously business. So we do a quick check-in to see what happened in each of those categories this week. And again, if things were good, if things were bad, what exactly happened? Could be a 1-2 liner, whatever it is, but it's just nice to write a little bit out and journal it, okay? So it might be, hey, body, I was at jiu-jitsu 5 times this week, felt great, was getting some submissions, was getting some success with things I haven't been doing. It was an awesome week. Being, I tried to do daily meditation this week, but I only got 3 days. 2 days, I just couldn't figure out, and whatever. So, whatever, it's fine. Just be honest with yourself. Balance, what happened this week with my friends and family. I got annoyed with my kids on Wednesday because they were, being little hellions. Had a great date night with my wife. You just write these things out. And then business, what happened in business? I had a great listing appointment with, XYZ. Then I had great showings this weekend. I had a contract that didn't get accepted. So again, just write all this stuff out. We're not assessing all this right now. You're just getting it all out, because if you don't get it out, it stays up here. And this brain is meant for creativity and execution. This is not meant for retention, to keep everything in like a hard drive. The more you keep in, the more you're going to run out of space and feel cramped in there, okay? So write it all out. Get it all out. This is like therapy for realtors, right? So write everything out that happened this week, okay? Once you've done with that, awesome. Let's go ahead and skip to another page. So now I like to check in with my quarterly goals. Now, if you don't know how to set goals properly, check out this video right here that I did with Mike Sherrard, and I show you guys exactly how to take a big goal, how to narrow it down into 12-week goals, into quarters, and then daily tasks, how to use a power list. There's a free Trello board download and all that good stuff. So if you haven't seen that yet, I would definitely recommend checking it out if you don't know how to set goals properly. But what I'll do from here, if you have your quarterly goals, is I'll check in with them. And this is a very, very simple check-in. So I pull up my goals in front of me here, and it's a very, very simple question. If you're on track to hit the goal, you're going to put a check, you're going to write it down, put a check mark next to it. If you didn't do anything to get you further towards that goal, you're just going to put an X next to it, and that's all you're doing for now, okay? So what were my quarterly goals? Number one was weekly family check-ins. We wanted to start having meetings with our family, with the kids, and sit down and talk about how everyone's week's going, kind of like what we're talking about right now. So that is a success. It is happening, so I would put a check mark next to that. Next one is a marketing strategy called Top 100 that I got from Brandon Mulrennan. So I'm executing that and going through it. I didn't do too much towards that goal this week, if I'm being honest with you. I did a lot last week, but not this week, so I'm going to put an X next to that. The next one is a media plan and execution for more YouTube content and stuff. I'm on track for that, which is awesome. And then my last one was weekly accounting, which I'm actually going to be putting a video out about here. I'm on track for that. I've been doing that for quite a while. I just wanted to dial a few things in to look at my business, like P&L, line by line, all that good stuff. We're going to break that down in a video shortly here. I'm on track for that. So if you're on track, awesome. What you want to do now, next to the check mark, tick, I'm on track for that. What did I do this week that got me on track for that? Well, I made sure that all my wife and my kids were ready to go to the meeting. They were all ready to talk about something. Cool, excellent. Top 100, why didn't that make the mark? Well, I ran out of time in my calendar. I couldn't figure out to do a couple things. Okay, media plan, I'm good. Weekly account, I'm good. So then you would just look, I typically look at the ones that didn't hit the mark and be like, okay, well, I didn't hit the mark. How can I execute next week to make sure that that doesn't happen again? And then you can start to kind of really think about, okay, if I didn't make enough time for this top 100 strategy, then I'm going to actually carve out a good couple of hours, maybe 2-3 times this week to make sure that I'm on top of this and I can get this system rolling. So it helps you prioritize what's going to be coming in this next week to come. And then the last question is, what is going to be the domino door for this week? So a domino door is an action, something that you want to make happen this week that's going to get you closer to one of those 4 goals that we have for the quarter. Okay, so let's look at the top 100 strategy because I ballsed it up last week. So what's the one thing I can do to make sure that I can hit it this week? Okay, well, one thing I'm going to do is build out my weekly newsletter. Okay, so I'm going to get that up and running. I'm going to get constant contact. I'm going to build out a template for it, and I'm going to start putting that into practice. Because if I can hit that, it'll create a domino effect where everything else will start moving. So that's the one big thing I'm going to do. I'm going to write that down, and then that's it. You're done with your weekly check-in. Honestly, guys, this shouldn't take more than like 10-15 minutes. You can spend as long as you want on it, but really after you've done it for a while, 10-15 minutes is all you really need. So weekly check-ins have been a vital part of my business. It's really the way that I can truly look at the past body of work that I've done for the last 7 days and be honest with myself and be like, hey, you weren't awesome. You didn't do as much as you tried to do, or you crushed it last week. It's amazing. How can we keep this momentum going? And then start building momentum into the next week. But it's all set upon the goals that you have for yourself and what you're trying to achieve inside of your business. So a weekly check-in, guys, again, this is to get everything out of here onto paper so that this can be emptied for next week and you can start driving again. Because if we just keep on going and going and going and going and going with no time for reflection, you're going to get stuck at some point down the way. So I truly recommend this. I swear by this routine every single week. I do it on a Sunday morning, pretty early. I try and wake up, make some coffee, and just get this done for the week. And then I have the rest of the day to do my thing, and then on to the work week on Monday. So check it out. If you have any questions, guys, drop them in the comments below. I would love to hear if this is working for you. If you find videos like this helpful, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be dropping a lot of this content in the near future, and I will see you on the next one.